In this video, I'll provide you with an overview of how you can manipulate the different fields and screens and lists within Sage CRM, which is hugely important. A primary objective of the system is to make it easy for people to profile information, whether that be companies, people, jobs, opportunities. On this particular example, you'll see that I have different fields, selection fields, date fields, user select fields, all kinds. Cancel. And how did I do that? Well, if I go behind the scenes to administration, and what I want to do is to go to administration, customization, and in the section called customization, I have my entities. We have primary and secondary entities. Really, they're all very similar. When I go into them, you will see I went into company, and the very first tab that appears are the fields. And these are all the fields that I have in this system, which can be adjusted if I need to, or I could create a new field. If I create a new field, I select the type of field I want. There are many, many options. If I wanted to create a text field, you'll notice that the field name, which the user doesn't see, it's at the database level, it exists in the background and it's prefaced with comp or company. If it was person, it's PERS underscore. If it's opportunity, they're all prefaced by the name of the table. And then I can give it a caption. Caption. The caption can always be manipulated in the future. And then I have attributes. Different field types have different attributes about them, but generally this is how you do it. If you wanted to go deeper, you can click on Help and look at Sage's help guide about profiling fields and the different types of fields and the different settings you have per field. Press Cancel. You can create new fields, but more commonly, we're going to create a bunch of fields for you, but you're going to need to go in and manipulate a selection list. So you can find the field you want, either by resorting or Control F to find the field you want. And if I wanted to add a value to the accelerator versions, I would go Select. And then at the very bottom, I would say the translation. And I'll just put in new, and the code is new. The translation, we can always change in the future. The code, we cannot. Do not use any special characters like ampersand or @ symbol or spaces in your codes. Be very basic with your codes. Then you press new and it appears at the very bottom, and then you can resort. And if you wanted to, again, I said you can change the translation. You would press update and then save. I'll press cancel, but my suggestion is make a few changes, press save. Make a few changes, press save. Cancel. So we can create new fields and we can manipulate existing fields, but that doesn't change where they show up in the system. For that, we need to go to Screens and then Lists. I'll go to Screens first. Under Screens, now these are the screens specific to company. If I know the screen I'm looking for, I can just go right to it. There are hundreds and hundreds of screens in Sage CRM, and I've never had to learn the names of them because Sage has always given us this little cheater box here. When that box is ticked and I go back into the user interface, like find a company or use my recent list and bring up a company, you'll notice that it says customize screen here, but that's a different screen. That's a different screen. You can customize any of them you want. You pick from the right of all the available fields, and I could say division, and then I could say add, and then I could change the order. You have different attributes related to these fields, like this position, and will there be a hyperlink, and the amount of space you want it to take up. Additionally, we can create scripts. That's not part of this particular video, but I can change the order. This whole new line, same line, it means relative to the field in front of it. So this department now is new line after business email. So 2 new lines in a row. But if I change the order, now division is a new line after title. Not going to save that change, but that's how it works. Okay, and we can do that throughout the system. So whether I was finding companies or finding anything, I can add the fields that I've created to the system by picking from the available options and then adding it and then moving it into the space that I want. Cancel. Word of caution, for some reason, Sage gives you the ability to delete the entire screen. Don't you do it. It's very dangerous. It results in a technician needing to go and repair the screen. When in doubt, just press cancel. My recommendation is that you make a few changes, press save. Make a few changes, press save. If you've gotten distracted, don't come back and press save. Rather, press cancel and then begin the exercise again. So that's how we can manipulate a screen in the system. Let's go back to administration and we will untick this. And if I go to lists, these are the return results. The light bar, dark bar, light bar, dark bar. There's not as many lists as there are screens, so you could memorize them if you were so inclined, but you don't have to. You can just tick the box for inline customization. And if I go back to company, notice that I have customized list. It's a little bit different about the attributes. For example, you can show things as an image. If you have image, you can allow the column to be sortable or not. But just like with screens, for some reason, you have the ability to break everything. So never press delete. Make a few changes, press save. When in doubt, press cancel. So the lists appear throughout the system. And with that inline list turned on, if I wanted to, I could make a change to my communication list, right? Customized list or my case list or my whatever list. And the fields appear at the bottom of the screen to add or remove or update and make a change, save. Just be very careful. If you ever see the delete, don't press it. So back to administration. Be aware that if you log off, this will effectively uncheck the box as well. And when you're doing this, it doesn't mean other people see that customized list. It's only you that will see it when you're making changes. But you can make changes that will affect the system instantly and make it much easier for your users to know what's going on when you are profiling information correctly and then in a way that makes sense for your group and then filtering for information and seeing results in your lists that make sense for you, then you're 2 steps ahead. Thanks for watching.